Hello there, Aries. My name is Ariel. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. This is going to be your full moon reading for the sign of Libra. So this is a special full moon for you, Aries, because Libra is the opposite sign from you. So this is the time when we get that Libra full moon. I'm actually very excited about this particular full moon because it is in harmony with the sign that Venus is in right now, which is Gemini, and also Venus is in harmony with Mars in Aquarius. So it's a very, very nice lineup of planets. You'll especially feel this if you have particular signs in those air signs in your chart or in your, personal natal. Yeah, if you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius figuring prominently, you definitely are going to have that. So this is, I do these special full moon readings every month, and these are all about what's coming in, from the last 30 days and what you'll be experiencing in the present energy of the current full moon, and then, about 30 days out from that, what the future is going to bring as we go through that, because those full moon patterns, they last about 30 days to 30 days. So, you'll feel the full moon, pattern coming to an end from the last 30 days as we step into this one. And then the next 30 days, there will be that future projection of what that will bring. First, before we get started, always a few quick notes. This is a general reading, Aries, so won't apply to every single one of you, resonate with all of you out there. So take what makes the most sense to you and leave the rest behind. This is mostly going to correspond with Aries Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Aries cross-watchers are certainly welcome to join in as well. If you are interested in a personal reading with me, would like to make a donation to the channel, or interested in any of the card decks that I use, I always put all that information in the description box. And if you have not yet done so, I do always invite you to hit that subscribe button and join the Dragon family. Also, be sure to give it that Dragon Claw up. Make sure that you click that like button and let me know that you enjoyed this content. So guys, I've already blessed and cleared these cards. So I'm just going to jump right on in and see what comes up for you in the Moonology deck. We're going to do a couple of lunar-based cards, and then we're going to do the tarot as well in a past, present, and future layout to give you an idea of what's coming and going around this Libra full moon for you. Okay, Aries, so immediate past, which would have been, the last full moon would have been the Virgo full moon. Your energy is the full moon in Scorpio, time to release negativity. So this immediate past, this last 30-day cycle, you would have been doing a lot of releasing. I know that this has been a couple of really intense months here, guys, especially this last couple weeks, there's been a lot of planetary shift and change, and so there has been quite a lot of releasing. So you very well may have felt like, that transformational death and rebirth feeling of Scorpio coming through this last 30-day cycle. And I would say so. Look at that from the Goddess of the Moon Oracle. We're getting the hot moon, the extremes. So, to me, Scorpio is all about extremes as well. It's very black and white, very hot and cold, very on or off. And so, this last 30 days, Aries, you might have really been experiencing not just that in yourself, but also in others, where you would have really seen some extremes coming to the surface. I'm really getting that for a lot of you, I'm getting the word passion really came up, and sometimes it was really intense and sometimes not always for the best. And you may have really seen some things about, either a partner or a loved one especially, that would have made you see them in a much, much different way, either for the better or for the worse. Very, very strong, very deep, very passionate energy coming through with that. So we're stepping into the present now, and interestingly enough, the present energy you're bringing through right now with this Libra full moon is this full moon in Virgo, which is the last full moon cycle. So to me, this is saying, Aries, you have really learned quite a lot of lessons from this last 30-day cycle, from that full moon in Virgo. And interestingly enough, to me, the whole, all the worries about the virus, especially in the US, all of that really started getting, started in the media, especially about a month ago when we had that full moon in Virgo, and Virgo is a health sign. It's all about our routines, all about being, conscientious of our health and our well-being. So, that could also bring some lessons through for you as well, Aries, about, just feeling like you have to be really careful about your health, but I don't want you to get into too much worry because, Virgo does tend to worry quite a lot. It tends to really have a lot of anxiety. So take away the good things, from this full moon in Virgo that we had as we step into this present moment, which is you are good enough. You are worthy. If you've learned some things about, yourself or someone else over this last moon cycle, it's like, just remember, if anyone was putting you down or you were putting yourself down, this is a reminder to say that you really are worthy. You really, truly are good enough. As we step into this Libra full moon, this is about balance. This is about, bringing harmony back into a situation. And look at that on top of the Virgo full moon energy, we have the new moon energy of beginnings, fresh new starts, fresh new rebirth. So I feel very strongly, Aries, for some of you, this last, and it's a number 2. It's a number 2, which to me, is about a balance between two people or two parties. Yeah. So to me, Aries, this is really, it's like this is death and rebirth, because literally you've got that Scorpio energy that went, into the immediate past. And right now you're stepping into a beautiful new start of energy. And it's interesting too that all of your moonology cards, even here comes the third one, all of them are full moons. So to me, whenever I get a lot of full moon cards in a moon reading, that means that there's a lot of culmination. There's a lot of conclusions. There's a lot of things coming full circle, coming to a head. So Aries, just be aware of that as we go through this Libra full moon. Something is completing, and this is, like I said, it's the opposite sign of yours. So this really reveals a lot of things about either your shadow side, your subconscious, the other side of your personality, because Libra and Aries do that polarity dance, right? So full moon in Pisces is what's coming up in the immediate future. So this is for the next 30-day cycle as we go past the Libra full moon, and it is a very spiritual one. It's about balance. What a surprise, because it's Libra, but the full moon in Pisces energy is giving you the balance about spirituality and practicality. So it's interesting, you got full moon in Virgo, then full moon in Pisces. These are the two polarities. Pisces and Virgo are, the ones that are on the opposite sides of each other. So, Virgo is your practicality, Pisces is your spirituality, Aries. So you're really doing, some very strong harmonizing between pulling into your intuition and also using that logical mind that you have. So let's pull some more cards for you. And look at that. Oh yes, absolutely, Aries. For some of you, this is so much about relationship boundaries, because it's Libra energy, it's about harmony, it's about balance. And look at that, you got that card of boundaries, which is protection. It's reminding yourself of your own worth. So to me, there is, this is also a waxing gibbous moon energy from this boundaries card. So this is something that's growing. This is something that's right on the verge of getting much stronger, getting much more powerful. Usually I would say that Aries in its true solid energy, like it's pure, just, straight Aries energy, doesn't usually have a lot of trouble with boundaries, doesn't have a lot of trouble sticking up for itself. But a lot of my Aries folks out there, you guys are sensitive and intuitive, and y'all have a real sweet side, And so for any of my Aries out there that really feel like they've been a little too nice, they've been pushed around, this reading is especially for you. It really, really is, because this is speaking to me of someone who has been very kind, very compassionate, very empathetic, and, maybe got stepped on, maybe got told they weren't good enough, maybe got really run down. And this is encouraging you, Aries, to step up, be bold. You don't have to be mean. You just have to be assertive. Use your strength, use your fire to put that protective layer of energy around you and say, you know what? I have to balance. I know I'm good enough. I know I'm worthy. And I'm going to put a healthy boundary around myself. Yes. Okay, so let's dig into some tarot and deepen these messages, guys. Beautiful. Okay, Aries. So look at this. So in the immediate past, on top of that Scorpio moon, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. So to me, this is something you've been working at. Slow and steady wins the race, always with the Knight of Pentacles. So, you know, this thing with you transforming, letting go of old baggage, moving away from some of these extremes and really healing on a deep psychological level. This is something that's been growing steadily but surely for a while. It didn't happen overnight. And look at that. This is getting you so much more in tune with your spiritual side. There's a very spiritual thread coming through this reading for you, Aries. And to me, that High Priestess, this is connecting with the moon. You know, she has, people are always like, she's wearing that weird hat, like, you know, in their traditional tarot. But what that is the triple moon aspect. You know, she's wearing the full moon and then, you know, the waxing and waning crescents on the sides. And so she's very in touch with the moon. This is all about your deep spiritual wisdom. And some of it, you know, is still emerging to the surface. Some of it is so deep within you that you don't completely have maybe the full picture in some cases yet, Aries. So just be patient as that grows. Going into the immediate energy of this Libra full moon, we have the Three of Wands, Aries. So this to me is a beautiful card of your ships are coming in. Things are moving in your favor. You don't have to rush out and chase down your dreams. Allow them to come to you, because this is about those new beginnings. This is about a fresh new start. You've already done so much work that you don't need to really, you know, keep pushing it right now. You know, it's like that Three of Wands. It's like this guy is standing there. He knows that he's been waiting. He knows that he's put that work in, and, you know, the good stuff is coming up around the corner. Also, that Wands energy, that's a very fiery. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So your own energy is represented in that card. So to me, the Three of Wands, it's very active, but also a bit passive, right? Because it's like, you know, he doesn't, oh, and for some of you, like I said, this feels very relationship oriented. There comes that Lovers card. So if you're waiting on someone, Aries, and you've in the past maybe have chased them down or been the one to always make the first move, this is saying you don't need to do that anymore. Let them come to you. Let them make the first move, especially if you've already communicated what you want, because that Lovers card is Gemini energy. Venus is in Gemini right now. So for some of my Aries, there is definitely some relationship stuff coming full circle. And this is also a reminder with that Virgo energy that if you feel like anybody in your life, no matter how much you love them, no matter how much you've given to them, if they're not treating you right, if they don't build you up, it's like, no. Only ones that can come in are the ones that come in right, Aries. That is like the ships have got to dock right. They cannot mess around. They can't come in the wrong way. They have to come and at least bring you some flowers. That's what I'm saying. So into the immediate future, on top of that Pisces full moon and the wax and give us boundaries, guess what we have? Four of Wands. So we go from the Three of Wands straight to that Four of Wands. This is a beautiful, beautiful full moon reading for you, Aries. Really like this, because to me, that says there is that beautiful outcome, that happy home, you know, the solid base, the foundation that you've been really seeking. So let's get a clarifier on top of that, because to me, this says, you know, that's what you get, you know, when you really stand firm in your boundaries, you keep your balance about you, you keep your harmony, and you value yourself, value your worth. Don't ever, you know, let somebody tell you that you're not valuable or that you don't deserve the best, because you truly, truly do. And look at that. Yes, we have that Two of Coins. So there is definitely a balancing act going on throughout this process. This is not surprising because it is Libra energy, and to me that is such a card of balance, and staying one step at a time. Like I said, Aries, don't worry too much, don't put too much anxiety in there. And to me, I always look at that Two of Pentacles card as that very much like the power of now, staying in the moment, not worrying too much for in the past or in the future. It is a little bit of finance. Does have to do, you know, with earthy material stability to a degree, because it is the Pentacles and those are earth signs involved. But this to me is like, take it one day at a time. If you haven't got to this Four of Wands yet, you know, one step at a time, Aries. Again, slow and steady wins the race, but you've got some really, really great energy coming up around all of this for you. So let's check out. I'm going to pull a last card for affirmation. This is the Eloquy deck, and that means she who, and it's all about goddess energy, which to me, you know, that Libra full moon, because, you know, it's Libra is interesting. It's a masculine sign, but it's ruled by a very feminine planet of Venus. So let's see what comes up for you in this deck. Ooh, okay, that one's it. All right, so she who questions, that is your goddess energy that you are bringing through around you right now, Aries. That is Amelie, and the keywords are curiosity, destiny, and search. So, Aries, don't be afraid to ask the questions. Don't be afraid to be curious. There is that feeling, a little bit of childlike innocence, you know, around this. It's like nothing has to be too, you know, heavy. It's like you're not trying to investigate someone or interrogate somebody, but it's just sort of like, oh, what's around that corner? Oh, what's over here? You know, make sure to ask the questions, you know, because those things lead you to your destiny. Those things lead you along your path. You know, so there's a lot of balance here. There's a lot of honoring of your intuition. And definitely for some of my Aries, this is very much about balancing a relationship that could be ongoing, that you're discovering more and more layers about. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful full moon, and I'll see you soon. Take care.